When you're working on your projects in Cleardox, you might need to add a table of content from time to time. And depending on your case or scenario, you might need to customize the table of contents. So I'm going to take you through the customization options you have in Cleardox for the table of contents. So first up, of course, need to make sure you are in your legal binder. Then I click Documents and Project on the left. I click Add, and I click Table of Contents. I have a different article about the table of contents in general and the functionalities, but now I'm going to take you through the customization options. So once I add the table of contents, we get this kind of like standard generic table of content, which is very nice. This is a good starting point, but I might want to add some more structure to it or some more customization. So when I hover the mouse over any given text, you can see that actually I have the option to edit. So I can make the text bold, italic, underlined, and I can change the font size as well. I can actually also change the font of the entire page. So we have 3 different options you can choose in between. And if I change it from Times New Roman to Roboto, it will apply to the text immediately. If I want to add sections, I can do it like this. I hover the mouse on the left, I click this little button, and I add a section. So here I can have several headlines in my table of contents, again, depending on the project that I'm doing. And then you see that under each section, we have the columns as well for date, appendix, title, and page number. I can, of course, add as many as I need to. I can also add rows. So if I need to write additional text to an appendix, or if I need to have an appendix in my table of content that's not in my actual binder, I can add text and I can say this is an omitted appendix, for instance. So yeah, when I add the row here, I can put the title and then I can maybe add omitted like this. So you have options to add rows and sections, and you can customize these as you see fit. In my first table of content article and video, I explained how this table of content is dynamic. So now that I've made my sections, I might need to move the documents from one section to the other. So I can take a document and I can rearrange the order, and the page numbers will automatically update. So when I choose to take this, for instance, and move it down here, then you can see that the number changes. And some of these documents also have a title that doesn't really make sense, so I can actually rename the documents directly in the table of contents. So I mark the text I want to rename, and I give it the name that it's supposed to have. So this could be Appendix 32, for instance. And the same goes for these 2 up here. All right. Under each section, I have also the options to choose which columns I want to include. So we have 4 separate columns that we can work with in Cleardox. So there's the date, appendix number, title, and page. But if I want to change which columns are in each section, I have to click this little wheel here and then column options. Once I click this, you can see that I can choose which column headers I want under each section. So for this one, the top one, I might not need appendix number, so I can click this off. And I can also choose which type of line I want from the title of the document to the page number. When I click Save, you can see that here on my top section, I have now omitted appendix number, but it still stays in the ones below. And for this one, maybe I don't need the column headers at all. I can toggle this off and then it will just show like this. But of course, I can also add it back in if I need to. We also have an option where you can sort your documents by date. For this to work, of course, there need to be dates in the date column. So I'm just going to add those. All right, now I have added dates to all the documents. And now when I click sort by date, please notice that all the dates will be chronologically sorted within their section, of course. So we do not change the order of the documents. You have to remember that it's in this section here. So, and if there isn't a date or it states undated like this, it will come at the bottom. You can also add a header and footer on your table of contents, of course. You can choose a template. And if you want to see how you create these templates, you can watch a previous video I've made and a previous article that I'm going to link as well. But now I have customized my table of contents to my liking. And of course, if I add even more documents and my table of content will extend beyond the first page, we will add a second page automatically. But this is how you can customize your table of contents in Cleardox.